Hey guys, welcome to our SCL cast. I'm Noob here. I'm here with Gorgonite,
Hello, good afternoon.
wrestlers in the back room, hosting for us, and welcome to our SCL cast. This is gonna be week 5, which is the final week of the regular season, and we have two barn burners here for you. I'm excited to be able to cast this with Legorv. Um, we're gonna be starting off with a game with Magic Doer versus Gabrio, and then our headliner. You want to take that, Legorv?
Yeah, up next we have Slappy Davis versus Rov in Diamond.
Yeah, and Rob has been on an absolute tear. I'm really excited to start with that. First, though, we have what's actually going to be a lot of stakes on this match too. It's Magicdoer versus Gabrio. This is a bronze match. The winner here, more or less, and we'll talk about the exact details, gets to fight Sauerkraut in the championship match. Let's also get the picks and bans up.
Indeed, they are on screen.
Yeah, we're in Bronze 1 here. We've got Gabrio, Magic Doer, Sauerkraut, and Duke It, I believe, and Psycho Sloth. Those are the 5 players. And these two are fighting out for who will face Sauerkraut in the division promotion match.
Do you have the picks and bans up?
I
Yes, it's
do,
on
yes.
currently on screen. Yes.
All right.
Fantastic.
First thing we've got Magic Doer banning Veranda, Gabrio sticking to his typical ban of nothing. Uh, as far as restricts go, we've got Tan from Magic Doer, and Gabrio does decide to restrict something, restricts Gallery. And then into the doubles, we've got Ballroom and Balcony from Magic Doer and Gabrio, respectively. And then Terrace, 3 of 6 for Magic Doer, which is one of Gabrio's previous restrictions. And Modern to close out the set from Gabrio.
You always find the idea of not banning to be interesting, not in like a game sense. It's obviously bad for any particular game, but it does kind of hide what you think is your worst map. All they have to go on is the numbers, like your actual results, and results don't often actually correlate with what you don't like playing or what you think you're bad at, just because we don't really get enough data until you play a lot of matches. We're going to be starting on Ballroom. It's going to be Magic Doer starting us here as Duke. To remind you guys, this is basically a match between the second and third best player in this to fight Sauerkraut. This is going to be a tough match. Fighting Sauerkraut's going to be a tough match, but let's get it started. Magic Doer as Duke. If you guys are ready,
Indeed, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, playing it.
That Sauerkraut match will be tough, but Gabrio has put up some close results in their previous 2 matches against Sour.
Yeah, with SCL being the monster that it is, they have played already previously. Sauerkraut did win it, but Gabriel's just looked better and better. I think if you look at any particular player and like the growth that they've had, Gabriel has gone from being one of just like the most average to even like below average players in competitive scene, to being a real monster. I think Gabriel actually does come into this match being the soft favorite. Magic Doer, this whole division was really close, right? Like you had Psychothoth and Duke It. They've all had a lot of success at this sort of like mid-level division in bronze, and it was really hard to figure out who was going to be coming into the championship match. I think Sauerkraut was always going to be touted as the favorite, but picking your second best player is going to be a lot. Just looking at the game here, it's been pretty quiet. We've been near the ambassador, interestingly, but we have a 34% story and have not taken any bug opportunities so far, with only 2 minutes left on the clock.
Gabrio has been zoomed in on that bug for a good deal of the time, so still cooking it for the time being, but Magic Door may be wasting a bit of this potential.
Yeah,
As
so
far as
the
those
nice thing
results
about
in,
this is even if you do nothing, the fact that the ambassador has felt like they could have been bugged at any time, and just the amount of tension that takes away gives snipers slightly less confidence as they go later into the game. They wonder, okay, did I miss a fingerprint because I had to
Any in the
stare
rain.
for this bug in the last 2 minutes?
I can be pretty
We're
sure that
here for
Gabrio
so
hasn't missed a
long
fingerprint.
into a
Uh,
banana bread bug, and we still take the highlight.
yeah, I think the highlights here are for mainly reels because there's only 2 of them. And I think Gabrio can be pretty sure that there hasn't been a bug because Ampa has been in that position the entire game, hasn't moved to had a chance to put down any bugs or any fingerprints.
Beyond, of course, Magic Doer in that exact moment where their eyes were pulled away trying to take the highlights or lowlights from the banana bread. 68% on the flirt and seduction target does leave us, but not very far. This isn't going to really um, get rid of our timer very quickly. They want to come back in with us? They do not. That would have been an absolute blessing. We can definitely meet them here at the window, and we'll have 3 missions done. What's the 4th mission going to be, Magic Doer? Middle
Yeah, we're here in a
statues would
bit
be
of the
classic, but
courtyard
we have
dilemma
40
here.
seconds left, and we do have options.
Bit of a courtyard dilemma. We're heading into statues to finish up with 35 seconds left. That could raise alarm bells, especially if Gabrio is crediting this bug as one of the 2 highlights for real BB.
Yeah, a bit of a blessing here. We did spend the first 2 minutes of the game, like, notably standing still. Uh, it's actually going to be kind of hard for Gabriel to think that we've done flirt because we were spending so long standing next to the ambassador. And I think that just the amount of time that we spent in Gabriel's conscious maybe actually paid off here for Magidor as they do take the win up 1-0.
Yeah, I think a great highlight there for contact, but it might have only been for contact if that bug is not credited for all the attention spent on Magic Doer there. That's a clean spy win to walk away with.
Okay. Really good stuff. It's really interesting to see a spy kind of just be like the focal point, but not be suspicious. You're not going to get too many games like that, and Matador pulls it off. Gabrio here now as Taft needs to bring it back. Anytime that you're dropping a spy game, even on Ballroom, which is more or less 50-50, you kind of need to tread it like tennis, right? You want to make sure that you are holding serve and not going too far behind. It's going to be Gabrio as Taft in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Drink in hand
Yeah, I
is
feel
going to
like we
stop.
have seen a lot more spy dominant sets recently, even in high levels. Although snipers are still more than capable of locking down the fort.
So we had a drink in hand. It looked like Gabrio was really trying to force the idea of a mid swap here, which would potentially lead into a rush. Instead, because of the drink, really kind of come to the conclusion that the sniper probably did see the statues. It didn't help that all 3 of the statues were heads. So for the sniper, it would have been really easy to memorize.
There's
A bug there on the walk by, and while we're a highlight, I'm not sure that was saw. Did you see the sniper side on that?
sniper was zoomed in towards the left conversation in the back there, so that was off screen. So Gabrio's looking
Okay.
really clean right now. Will need to get some flirts done with Irish, who spent the first minute of the game at statues and is now grabbing the briefcase.
Good news, Irish is likely to get shot if she continues this pattern. The bad news is we are going to struggle getting flirt done, and that's really the most obvious way of going about a game where you've already got middle statues done. Oh, come on, Irish. And a unseen bug. Assuming
Gabrio
unseen,
might be
we weren't shot for
considering
it.
to forego flirt here, and that's not the worst decision with 2 minutes left.
We could still consider this a rush. If we do like a banana bread purloin, we could end the game. We would also have Smallman right behind us, so if we could get a green, we will be the body block that Smallman has always wished that he could have.
Yeah, this
Banana bread
position
comes
looks
off
really
here.
bad
And in
if
the
you
red.
know that Smallman's there, but I don't think that Magic Door knows Smallman's there. He is just invisible. Low light's taken there. It is real for Irish, who's got those full inspects. Walking away into the briefcase
Fingerprint,
now.
but this can't have a
Yeah,
real
this is
fingerprint.
dead.
Yeah, this is just a time sink, which, if we're trying to finish flirt, is very optimistic.
One worry I had for Gabrio was that flirting with the only other statue highlight was going to be troublesome, just even to a non-flirt pair. But since we're starting flirt so late in the game, we might just be able to get away with this since we haven't flirted at all until this point. 49%, we will need to step closer, and Irish will give us that chance.
I think we did also have an option there to purloin if we wanted to. Irish, who's
Bug path from
just
Irish,
got
and
shot, I was gonna say, has been suspicious, and we could have also given her the credit for the purloin. Given that we got the 49%, I don't think it was necessary, and given that Irish got shot, it definitely wasn't necessary. Just a very active game from our seduction target, and Gabrio, I think by, uh, not by choice, but by just necessity, resulted in a slower game despite the quick start, gives Irish the opportunity to be shot. Uh, was there a print at that blue bookcase? Do we understand the reason for the shot?
she took a credible bug path right there at the
Yeah,
end. Uh, and she had the middle inspects in contact. So if
yeah,
Magic Doer is not aware of the flirt potential for Irish, that's it's a worthy shot.
yeah. And Irish's bug is on the harder side to see compared to most characters, so definitely could have been the phantom bug.
Yeah,
That
Magic Doer
does
didn't
mean that
have
we
the
have
angle on.
had 2 spy wins though, and welcome to Ballroom.
Yeah, all tied up. Yeah, Magic Doer giving up a few bug paths that game, including to the spy, and it ends up costing them.
Yeah, let's get this next game started. We might see a third spy win in a row if we're not careful. Magic Doer as teal in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Lacorv, I'm going to ask a question. You've been very successful in your competitive career recently. When you're starting up a set of SpyParty and you are either going to be, and it's a time ad, it's a white test, we might just die. Laser came onto us. We might think that we're highlit, but uh, nothing of it, no low lights. The sniper or the spy, which do you feel like you need a moment to like get into? Because right now we have 2 spy wins. Maybe these snipers are a bit nervous, a bit hesitant.
I've found myself not really caring which side I start out a match on, just to get comfortable with them both. And I feel like Sniper tends to be that one where I need to prove myself more. Like once I get a single Sniper win under my belt, I feel more comfortable in successive games.
Makes
Spy
sense.
is kind of always the same thing of just like trying something, seeing if it works, and then
I know
maybe get
personally I
stubborn.
always like going spy first, in part because I always found it easier to go spy first, and two, if I can get a spy win immediately, it does make the snipers less comfortable because they haven't had their win yet. Magic Doer, with the time ad and the 34% flirt, it's looking like a pretty standard game, and Gabrio didn't really react to the time ad. Magic Doer might think that they have been pinned for it and might play the game slightly differently, but I don't think there's much going on. We're just playing a longer game of Ballroom than usual.
Yeah, I think that laser over Magic Duel after the time ad could be read as a highlight if you know that your opponent is one to do stealth highlights. Um, that's one of the reasons that they're very strong, is that the spy can't know whether they got highlighted or not.
We had an interesting opportunity there. Magic Doer didn't take it. We could have done prints and microfilm at both books. You often see people doing 2 prints on printable statues. You don't see it very often on 2 printable books. We might still grab that book, but right now we are taking a pit stop here at this right statue and getting 2 inspects. We don't actually have a single mission completed, but we are making a lot of progress here, especially with the time ad.
Yeah, ignoring that briefcase which the ST was picking up, we are setting up for at least 3 Softails here. Maybe hoping that the Amba will bless us with a fingerprintable statue.
Just a small thing. I wish Magic Doer had stayed at that painting a bit longer and given the ST, our seduction target, a moment to settle down. It wouldn't have been too fruitful. I don't think we necessarily were going to go flirt at this middle statue, given what they ended up doing. But it did make it a bit awkward if we were trying to force the flirt. Here comes a walking bug. It doesn't stick. Now the real question is, did the sniper get a hint of it?
It was
Looks like
fairly hard to
it
see.
was
Ooh,
just a
here's a
good risk.
fingerprintable statue. Here's a fingerprintable statue, and we would love to have that bug at this point. I don't think Snapback was certainly not visible.
Bug path there too, but we're not taking it on the second time out. We're getting real close. We only need 35%, which is just basically any half-decent green. But it will not be enough if we white test it, and we white test it. That's the 99%. What I've always called the Tobo or Toboshi percent, because he gets so sad to see it. And I'm sad here too for Magic Doer. We got 40 seconds left. We can still make this work. but we do need another flirt, and we do need to either wait every single second. We'll be going down to like 10 seconds left. Seduction target leaves. It'll be a purloin. This is a green test, and seduction target might be the one who takes it, and they're highlight. We do not need
That's
the
a
bug.
nice
We don't
green
want to
test
be
to
credited
take.
for the bug. We can finish flirt here, but the shot might come off for the purloin. Did they see the fade? They
No,
need
I
to
don't
figure it
think
out.
that
8
Gabrio
seconds,
knows that
5
the ace is
seconds,
gone. And
2,
even without contact, I
1.
don't think Gabrio shooting.
Silent game. Fantastic stuff from Magic. That's 3 spy wins in a row, but we need to go over the end of that game. So 99%. The seduction target standing next to us at 55 seconds, and if they're as close as they can be, 45 seconds, we expect to finish this game no matter what the seduction target does. The purloin goes to a highlight. Gabrio sees the purloin and I think held the shot because they saw the fade. They knew it wasn't a white test, but didn't have a pin on Magic Doer despite the fact that we've been to 2 statues.
I think Twins had actually covered up where the list would have been, so Gabrio couldn't see the fade. But maybe was waiting for a contact or other sort of confirmation. And Magic Doer had the fingerprints under Gabrio's nose.
Yeah, I think this might be a cost of not highlighting for the statue completion. Magic Doer here is a neutral light. If you're saving the highlights for the banana bread and trying to do it as real, all the more power when you do this silent game. Good stuff from Magic Doer, and now it's 3 spy games in a row. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's whoever gets the first sniper win is going to win this set. Gabrio as rocker in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Fortunately, Tobo couldn't be here today to react to that 99% flirt in the last game.
We got you. I'm more than happy. We got
I'm not
me.
going to overreact as much. Another early time ad. This time it's under the 4-minute mark. There won't be any noticeable reaction immediately from the sniper. And it's a green.
Yeah, with the time ads, and people have always asked me what it makes a really good time ad because I just do so many of them. One of the big things is if you can have the color of the time ad not change, like if it jumps from red to yellow, or to a lesser extent, yellow to green, I feel like it's more likely to be seen, especially when it's a white test. The green test,
No progress just yet from Gabrio. We have seen a
yeah,
couple
really milking the time
highlights
ad, right?
here. Yeah, that's one benefit of adding some extra time is that you don't need to use it. You can let the AIs use it up.
Where are we going, Gabrio?
Are we trying to line up a better entry to this conversation? Maybe lining
We're
up an
also not in like a
ambassador
terrible
bug?
spot if the ambassador moves for a bug,
Yeah,
but
that
this
might
is
be what
very
we're waiting for,
optimistic.
but
And if we're trying to play like a frame game, I don't think I've seen anybody go to middle statues. I don't think we have that same level of heat as we did from like Irish in that earlier game where we saw the civilian shot that felt fairly justified.
yeah, so now we're under 245. We're past the point of rush room in the SFC Cascade. But we've got 38%. Gabrio has been hitting a lot of greens in their matches recently, what I've seen.
Okay, Gabriel, is this going to be our first action? No, this is actually the exact opposite of action. We are taking an innocent drink. Gabriel, I mean, did get a civilian shot in their first spy game. Might think that Magic Doer might do it again, and this banana bread, even with just us and the double agent, would result at least in a lot of people in conversation. Come on, Senator Target, come to us.
Irish
Make
joining
Gabriel's
would,
slow play rewarded. Aw,
yeah,
what a lovely gal.
yeah, we needed this. Irish has been to middle snatches. I think she only did one cycle, however, and she's gone. So Gabrio's slow play is punished at that time. It was a window of opportunity.
Yeah, when you're doing these sort of frame games, generally, I think most people just feel like they have to commit to them. But the best way to go about them is with situational awareness. You go, okay, this person, and it's often your seduction target because they're the person you're
Banana
staring at,
bread.
has been to middle statues. I've seen them somehow get 2 prints. I saw them do a bug path. Let's slow down my gameplay to allow it. Or, hear me out, just do 2 missions back to back. That's a banana bread into a bug, and the ambassador wasn't in the conversation when we started the banana bread. Gabrio, I mean, didn't take the flirt when Irish came and visited us, is still actually a bit behind the clock with only 30 seconds left, but can actually potentially finish here. A bit of a little etiquette flub there, not landing on the pad, and we're time adding with 26 seconds. This is
Ooh,
going to be awkward. Conveniently, we do have
were the
Irish, who's a low light, as somebody who also watched Checked and Mom was also here. Wheels was also at Windows. But the beeps for the sniper are going to be slow.
we were the
This
only
is side
neutral
statue. I'm
light
not sure he
there.
meant it to be.
Inspecting on the side statue, yeah. This might have been a mistaken visit, given that we aren't swapping this. Until now, it's a green.
The thing with swap here is
Ooh,
one,
we need
we're
no.
going to
You
get
can't
credited
do
for
the statue.
inspects. Two, it's going to be a low light who picks it up. Just that there's so many low lights and the people who are
Oh,
nearest
this
the
is
statue.
fingerprintable too. Oh, hanging clock would save us here, but we don't wait for the clock to hang. I guess we couldn't have known where the sniper's clock was at. But finishing
Yeah,
up
so we were
inspects to
on
preempt
track to
the
finish 6
overtime.
missions. If we held that
Yeah,
statue, or given the opportunity to hold it for longer, it was also fingerprintable.
and
Um,
if Gabrio had taken that brief window of flirt opportunity early on, Gabrio would not have needed to go to the extra statue at the end there.
yeah,
Uh, so I think that really comes back to bite Gabrio in the end, even if the swap would have been a worse finish than the inspects.
yeah. And we died, by the way, before the swap had actually happened. It is still pending at the moment that that shot came off. So Gabrio just dying for the 2 inspects and the 2 fingerprints. Okay, change of pace here. We finally do see a sniper win, so that means we're 3-1. But we're on the other map that is quite easy to get spy wins on. We're on balcony, any 2 or 3. And whose pick was this?
This
This is
was
Gabrio's pick.
Fantastic.
yeah,
Given that Gabrio did just lose the spy game on Ballroom, probably feeling comfortable coming into their pick slightly down, but it will be magicdoer on the spy side first. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
yeah, and this seems to be at least a little bit of a comfort pick for Gabrio, having been the pick at least once before.
Okay. Into immediate talk.
Oh,
I love AI control. Very funny.
sometimes I do low light for those immediate talks and conversation, but that one's just a bit unfortunate on balcony.
It looked like it was hiding a bug, right? So you do have these bugs where people walk into a conversation, doing the bug animation, and then try and hide the animation, or at least the second half of it, by talking. And because we were so awkwardly placed near the ambassador and then immediately talked, um, even if it's not a bug, it still looks like a flirt. The highlight, to be fair, is also hit everybody else in the party. It's not like Magic Doer is alone here.
Oh, red flirt as well. I didn't love that we left conversation before getting any flirt, because then it looks like we're just coming back to flirt with Rocker, even if we're at a distance here.
On Ballroom, you always have the option of just giving up. You just go, okay, if I say banana bread, somebody might die. I hope it's not me. Um, and the sniper doesn't really have enough information to know when a spy is having a rough game. Here comes
Banana
the
bread.
banana bread. Uh, I think it was a stop talk from mom because she got interrupted. Oh, come on.
Yeah, fair shot there. I think that was 3 talks with Rocker and Convo. Maybe a bit quick on the second or the third flirt. But White BB, yeah, tough to hold on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the world where we could have been considered bugging there with the talk immediately at the beginning of the game. Either way, I mean, good shot from Gabrio. You found the spy, but rough game there for Magic Doer. Gabrio playing teal again in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and that was a shot for flirt completion with 0% flirt die, I believe.
Banana bread.
Okay, 34%. The contact comes off, and the two talkers there at the beginning of the game have been highlit. We are also
Low
just
light
kind of
was not
standing on
taken
each
on
other's
Alice.
shoes.
Alice was taking a drink during that contact, I think pretty visibly, but was not low lit for it.
We're also getting the weird angle. So on balcony, you can really come in at both angles, and both of them are reasonable. Just based on the ambassador being at the back of the conversation, though, Magidor has been happy to hold the alternative angle, if you will, the far right angle. Are we gonna
There's
get
our
offered a drink
timer
every time
flirt.
that we flirt? Because that's great. Oh, what are we low lighting
Ooh,
for? What
we're low
possibly?
lit for the timer flirt. That could be dangerous because that could be a completion there with Alice, where red dress as the ST.
And this is what I mean. This is what Gabrio needs. Getting a sniper shot on balcony against somebody who's already having a rough game. Getting a low light here. We do have a bit more work to do. A green test would do it if we get where we're hoping to get. Might get a bit more awkward, but we still should be able to pull this off if we do 2 flirts. I would appreciate if we do it quickly, because precisely what happened just happened. Now we need a green test. Gabriel might think that they have a lot more heat than they actually do. Ambassador fill that
We still
spot
have
so the seduction target can come to Aris. No, don't leave red dress. That works anyways.
still had a lot of time for ST to join somewhere that was probably reasonable, but looks like Alice will take the bullet there.
Yeah, I would have been interested to see what Gabrio's move would have been if the seduction target had went where red dress was across the conversation. I don't think we would have been close enough for the 44%. And you can go from the conversation to the conversation mechanically, but you definitely can't do that as pretending to be an AI. Instead, we just see Alice getting shot, and this often happens when you have a lot of low lights on balcony. Is you just become incredibly suspicious of the few people that you have remaining. In this case, the spy was already low lit, so I don't think Magidor is going to be too hurt about the missed shot. It was already a lost game in some senses.
Well, we'll move on to the second half of balcony. Magic Doer back on the spy side.
Let's do it.
And we'll get
3,
started
2,
in
1.
3.
Go for it. On your count. That's where if you want to reset.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I haven't played yet. So
Cool.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Sorry for the interrupt. I deserve to be shot.
Good.
But to be fair, if you're talking, it's probably fine. Time at?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave conversation now, though.
Hey,
Oh,
seduction target loves us, and therefore we love them, and we love them the maximum amount. That's a 51% flirt.
that's
Uh,
very nice for Magic Doer.
and it looks like General's flirting too, right? Like General did come into conversation immediately. I think if General was the spy, they probably would have waited at the window a bit longer instead of doing what they just did. But General is more likely to be shot. We are already in a great position. If Smallman would stop messing about with the briefcase and come into conversation, we could have a perfect banana bread too. This is
I
all
wouldn't even
looking
mind
good.
a BB with Smallman out, just with General talking, just as a frame. Because he's easily got a second flirt here. Or actually, I don't know if the timer's up yet. But there's it for Magic Doer. Means that General can flirt at any point now.
77% means we
Both
have
ways.
23%
Banana bread.
remaining. In most situations, that should be more than enough, unless the general is directly across from conversation, or we are really messing about if we need them at the windows. And without a highlight here, I think we are not the top suspect. I think we are comfortable because General came to us. I think Magidor will win this most of the time, but can Gabrio find the correct shot? We've not seen many of them
The
descent so
answer
far.
to
We
that
won't
is
now.
no. I don't know if it's just me either, but I'm seeing a lot of time in this match spent zoomed in for both snipers. Given
Yeah.
that bug that was watched heavily on Ballroom. Now, basically, both of these last two balcony games have been spent entirely zoomed in. It's something that I don't see very often.
With balcony, it's a bit more expected, right? Like there's just not much to watch if the ambassador's not hanging out at the windows. Um, for future maps, I mean, we are going to get into some bigger maps here than balcony, guaranteed. I'm interested to see if the pattern continues. We do actually have one more, and this is a close set, so we're going to see a lot more games no matter what happens. Gabrio as Irish. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Landing in
Okay.
conversation. I hope we're in range for a green. We're just out 48%, and we're going to have the highlight for it.
For 48%, the seduction target immediately leaves, which is precisely what you want to see. Gabrio should be fairly comfortable with finishing flirt. It's just doing it now without getting shot is going to be the more impressive feat.
Our cooldown is already up, and we're taking a timer flirt, essentially, with under 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, while mechanically, obviously, it wasn't long enough away, this feels weird to be a timer flirt. It feels very quick at 126. That talk might actually not be considered a flirt if you're not
And
paying
the end of red.
incredible attention to the pairings. We
Here's
could win this before 40 seconds left. It's really hard to take a shot when it's not in the last 30 seconds on balcony.
the risk being that our next talk with Twin would have been a creditable flirt completion, but now that the double agent has left, who is unknown to the sniper, we can just timer flirt this again, and we should be clean here.
I would like if we take the flirt right after Smallman finishes talking. It's our turn,
It's good. He
no matter what
finishes
the
up.
yellow arrows say.
This would be a
Laser
very
lined
nice
up, but that's not a
talking.
shot. You gotta actually click the button there, magicdoer. Gabrio has gotta be sweating. That laser was directly on his character's. Actually, it'd be the left side. I was gonna say heart. That's just not anatomically correct, but uh, right on the chest, and probably thinks that the shot's coming off there. It did not. We've seen more spy wins in this set so far than we see in a lot of sets entirely, and that puts us at what, Legorv?
I don't know. I don't have the scoreboard up.
It's
That
four
puts
to
us at
four
what, roughly?
currently.
Ooh, tied up, exiting the doubled venues. That's
Okay,
what we like to
we
see.
are on another small venue. I was saying that we're gonna get bigger than balcony, but this is about as small of an increase of size. And it's going to be more stressful games. It's going to be a lot more of these zooming in on conversations for the flirts, for the contacts. And then it's going to really come down to what those third missions are. If we see something more creative, see if somebody's going to do two hard tells or just not flirt, not contact entirely. We did see a silent game earlier. We've seen a lot of success from anything the spies are doing so far. But I'm interested in what they're going to do this game. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
A quick reminder that Magic Doer needs a win to progress to the championship
Correct,
match.
right. Gabrio
Yeah, so
will
the
win on that
situation is
tiebreak.
Gabrio is up 1 point. So Magic Doer to pass Gabrio and take that second place in the division needs to win this. With the score being 4-4, that means Magic Doer does need to get, I would usually say, a spy win somewhere. But in this game, I think it might actually just be a sniper win, right? These guys have been so hot in their spy.
Yeah, we have Modern up next, so that's a very solid place to find a sniper win. At least it used to be. Modern 4 of 8, maybe a bit, or a lot more balanced than the old 5 of 8.
That bug's not going to work unless you
Ooh,
really think the ambassador is moving. We are nowhere near them, but
yeah, that must have been
Magic
an
Doer's
action
not
priority
dead,
as
so
the
you can penguin arm as much as you want.
yeah ST join. That had to be action priority.
Yep.
But Gabrio not looking for it because there's no chance that bug takes. Exactly the same reason that it doesn't take is the same reason that it's clean.
Yeah, it was one of these like silly events I was doing with Minty Rug, and it was how many times can you click the bug button without dying? And it turns out if a bug isn't going to stick, it's incredibly hard to see. Not to mention this is me and Minty Rux, and neither of us see bugs anyways, but seduction target does come into our conversation. This is going to be our full flirt. We have a mission done before the time ad has even worn off. Now, contacts are looking pretty good. What's that third mission going to be? What are you thinking, Lebarf?
Let's see, we've got a couple statue goers here. Uh, actually, it's just general at the moment. He's going again, so he's not very suspicious. Amba's leaving a print at bar. Sorry, is about to return that briefcase to her, so we could line up for the obligated double print.
Yeah, one of the issues I have with Terra is just because of the low count for the bar, is it's really hard to find a time that you can
Ooh,
go to the bar that isn't in like the first 15 seconds where it seems like there's always 4 people at bar,
instead
where
of
there's actually
Magic
going to
Doer
be
going
more
for the
than like 2 or 3 people who get it purloined. That
Magic
being
Doer does
said,
not go for the double print, but General steps over and finishes inspection. Sorry, after returning that briefcase, is grabbing the fingerprintable drink.
yeah, if we can
So,
convincingly make it look like Sari sends us, or General sends us, with them also going to the bar and also getting what would be a difficult fingerprint, or at least smudging ours. There are 2 suspects. Gabrio hasn't highlighted either of them. Uh, really actually has no highlights except for the ambassador. But there's definitely people who are asking to be shot. Magicdoer has a lot of incentive to just play it
ooh,
calm, get a good banana bread, and hope that somebody
Pearls
dies.
leaves. This is a good opportunity. We can now be sent by General, except that the Amba joins and blocks his delegate potential. So once we
We
force
do
Amba
And
out
the
of here, I
have
would
the
like to
banana
get
bread
con.
bug option. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Ah,
oh,
worst case scenario every single way. The double agent leaves us, so it ends up being a fake. The double agent also leaving us means that we have no cover for this bug, and we decided to try and make it into a sneaky walking bug. But because of the angle, it's all bad. And given how much heat the rest of the party should have had with people finishing fingerprints and statues, this bug is a little bit of a throw. This is really unfortunate here for Magic Doer, and it's just that situational awareness that we're talking about.
yeah, that bug not taking is a shame, but the double agent leaving on the exact same frame we hit the green action test is possibly even more so, because that really screws us. If we get
Yeah.
that bug and the contact, at least Gabrio might wait for us to take the purloin, but we don't. We don't have that opportunity because the double or the contact didn't work out, but the bug did.
Yeah, as a reminder here, this puts Gabrio up 5-4. While this isn't match point in the sense that even if Gabrio wins this, it can go to 6-6. It is playoff championship point, whatever term you want to use for the fact that if Gabrio can get one more win in this match, they are guaranteed a date with Sauerkraut. Good luck to whoever wins this match anyways, because Sauerkraut's been monstrous, but Gabrio has 3 opportunities here to book that trip. Let's do it with Seek, says Gabrio in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Yeah, Gabrio seeking another opportunity against Sauerkraut.
Get out of
Their
here,
last,
Kane.
their
This is
last,
our
their
statue.
last matchup in particular was very close. Like Gabrio 5-7 against Sauerkraut's nothing to shake at.
Yeah,
Sauerkraut
especially
in
with the SCL
SMC.
format. Um, Generally, we've seen other formats, be it the Summer Cups or the SMC. Really good cast this morning, by the way, guys. Good job with that production. The sets are getting longer throughout the SpyParty competitive community, so SCLs actually end up being one of the shorter. And so if people do have the opportunity, even if they are the weaker player on paper, they can easily have a better day. We've seen a lot of people be able to pull up these 5-7s, these 6-6s, these 7-5s. Um, and preferably you still get the 7-5, right? You don't want to be the guy who loses 5-7 against the favorite. You want to be the person who beats them.
So Gabrio had
Gabrio,
a moment there
bar.
where the conversations were completely full, and Gabrio didn't take a contact because there were only 3 people in with the double agent. I suspect that that's because Gabriel might want to avoid a highlight for like real TV or something like that. Do you think it's a good decision?
I think the decision makes sense in a vacuum. I do think that Gabrio generally has issues with speed. I think Gabrio can be a bit slow. I think they've done two things that have really helped them out. They've started hitting a lot more green tests than they did previously, and like their snipers just improved as they played more. But I don't think Gabrio's like speed issues have been necessarily resolved. So if you're not taking a banana bread when it's there, you need to find another solution. 51% flirt and the inspect do give us some outs. Swap is off though. We aren't going to be finishing
Ooh,
the
that
real
was
quick
a
way.
reverse bug opportunity, and I think that
Banana bread.
could have been clean. There was a slight gap in the conversation, which would have allowed Magic Doer to have an angle on it. But I don't know if they would have had it. Ooh, double agent switches conversation too after these real BB highlights.
Another
We
banana
need
bread
to take
here
a
will
take
solve
here.
that problem, that we
Banana
might still
bread.
take the heat because the second one was white. It does look like us and Irish are really taking the
Banana
banana
bread.
bread. That's an attempted bug. These guys are having a lot of action priority issues, or at least
Banana
apparently
bread.
so. Okay, fourth one
Oh,
though covers it. We're good.
yeah. Had the drink
This
in
is an
hand.
old
Couldn't
trick
have
of
done
mine
that.
where when you start
Ooh.
making mistakes, the secret is just to continue making more mistakes so the sniper doesn't know which mistake is which.
It really does work that way. And nobody picks up on it. All
Yeah,
right, in for
the
the second
so
floor.
the third
We
banana
need
bread
this.
really did look like an action priority to us, which means the sniper can also take that hint. The fourth banana bread looks like you're trolling, and therefore might cover the fact that the third banana bread was actually a mistake. We have 23 seconds. We are near the ambassador. We have an inspect in pocket. We could always go purloin. We have all the options in the world, but we need to do them. It's gonna be a bug path, but not a bug. Bit of an
I
awkward
don't
path
know
in
that we
here to the
have
statue.
time to finish these inspects.
10
Like, there will be
seconds.
overtime no matter what, but I don't know if we have time to finish them at
Irish
all.
also at statues, and she's also highlight. We should be fine. Green test would definitely help our nerves, but yeah, he tries to run away from the ankle shooter, but the ankle shooter never misses. Good shot here from Magic Doer, and this saves one of the three playoff points, if you will. It's 5-5, but Magic Doer needs this to be 7-5 if they want to get out of this bronze division that they are in. Good
Yeah, Magic
stuff.
Blue finding
Anything to
their
say at the end of
first
that
out.
game?
No, I'm starting to believe. I think Magic Doer can do it here on Modern, which
Oh,
is
and he's in the best spot on the whole venue to start, right next to the bookcase for the easy cheese if you want it. Right next to the statues also if you want the quick swap before they get a chance to see him. This might be Magic Doer's opportunity if they feel like being a bit chaotic. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
ooh, an AI taking us into green books. Do we want to risk it all on an immediate transfer?
Nope, we're gonna slap the book instead. This might be the whole set with the white
Ooh,
test.
zoomed in on the double agent, but white microfilm in the back corner is fairly safe.
Yeah, the chaos cheese, so taking it from the green bookcase to the blue bookcase, used to be very good. I used to do it in basically every game, no matter what. Turns out, if you do the same thing every time, the community catches on and then starts
Hmm.
doing it, and then everybody's doing it, and then it's no longer a smart thing to do. The slapping of the book, while the statues are being memorized, while the ambassador is being protected, uh, means that we can get away with that white test more often than not. It really is like the best time to be doing a white test microfilm because there aren't
It
that
is the
many good times.
easiest of the microfilms to do, however, so if we
Yeah.
attempt a second one later on, we'll have to get a bit fancier. Find a
Yeah,
good
we can always pull the
opportunity with
book
power.
out. You do see a lot of people get shot for what is the fanciest of microfilms, which is taking like a blue or red bookcase out to the far side of the venue, the time ad spot, if you will. 3 minutes on the clock. The beep comes, and we can check our progress. We've got half a microfilm, as we know, but we've also gotten our 34% flirt. For Darren, you got to keep moving. There's no opportunity to slow down, even with only 4 missions.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time at bar after that first flirt to just reject a drink as well. Not a lot of benefit gained.
The I think it was your chair made a very funny noise there, and I'm not sure you're aware of it, but I'm enjoying tremendously.
Oh,
We're pulling
yes,
out
it
the
is.
blue book here. I'd be surprised if we go for the microfilm. It does look like Magic Doer is looking at the laser, seeing if there's any movement. Can I just do a white test? This might be the whole set.
The
Gabrio
pillar in
doesn't
the
see it.
way does cover the arm. The head movement was visible, but for the most part, this looks clean.
You
Gabrio
don't
has
see
hidden
too
their
many
highlights.
modern games, or really any spy party games, where players are getting away with 2 white microfilms. But I think Magicdoer might have pulled off the perfect crime. The first one being in chaos, the second one being uh, as behind the pillar as you can be. It's not really much of a pillar; it's more of a door, windowy thing, and there's not much blockage. But Magicdoer might not only have gotten the microfilm done, they might have also gone away with it with absolutely no credit, no thought.
This is this looks like a pretty good time for contact, and Magic Doer I think is heading over to attempt that now. Crash course with the Amba, but I don't think we did not attempt to bug, and I don't think it would have been a good decision.
Don't think Gabrio cares, but that was like a very obvious etiquette break that we walked
And the end
across
of red.
Twin's face. Not
Not
again!
another one on match
Come
point
on, Magic
two. That
Doer
is,
ruined in the last game with the double agent leaving. Has got the exact same situation, and they got the green test too. This wasn't like a
yeah,
white test where the double agent goes, haha, you're bad at the game, I'm leaving now. This was the double agent just being incredibly rude.
yeah, and that print at red shelf, and now at bar is getting smudged. So fingerprints are, ooh, red bookcase opens up. Prince
I
could be an
trust
option,
Magic
but
Doer
Magic
has an
Doer is
out here.
watching.
It might be a civilian shot. It might be a banana bread into a late mission. No, it won't be banana bread. Double agent is going to the worst place he could, and if this ambassador is a jerk and drops the briefcase down there, they might even go pick up the briefcase too.
Ooh,
Wow.
safe shot.
Yeah,
Magic
I,
Doer has
I, I
bailed out
said there
his
was
one
always going to be
opportunity
an
to
out
hold on.
here in a game where neither sniper has ever looked particularly comfortable, and Modern being such a stressful situation, being only 4 missions, and the banana bread being said, civilian shot was always somewhat likely. I was interested though. What was Magic Doer's plan with 20 seconds left? Swap into.
Yeah, going into statues where we can only do a maximum of one mission there is really rough. And unfortunately for Gabrio, Orange Dress was out of conversation for that BB.
Ugh. Neither player has been playing with the level of confidence that got them into this situation. Um, like both these players have been playing well in bronze, have given themselves the opportunity, but I mean the spies are playing just fine. Spies like riding a bicycle. These snipers are jumpy, and now it is match point. Like this is do or die, and now it's Magic Doer's turn. Do they have the nerve to pull this one off? Or does Gabrio have the nerve to even play the spy side now, just because it is for all the marbles? Let's do it in three, two, one, playing it.
Picking pearls on match point might be one of the boldest decisions that Gabrio could have made here.
I think Gabrio is, I mean, the same way that he doesn't ban. You want to wait until the ambassador orders this drink, thank you very much. Uh, does randomize their characters, or well, I mean, just doesn't choose. Um, Pearls on Modern, though, is like the worst.
This
Like
might be
Pearls
one of
on
those cases where
Gallery
you're like,
is up
okay, I'm
there, but
gonna. Yeah, this might be a case where you say, I'm gonna random, but I randomed pearls and I'm gonna random again. Just because it wasn't
and
random
maybe,
enough.
maybe he clicked random and it was like he got sorry the first time and then he got pearls and he's like, oh nope, the RNG. Maybe it wasn't just him picking pearls, or maybe Gabrio purposely picked pearls in a game where he's done a couple frame games. Ugh, hate the animations there. We do a 51% flirt and then we delegate. Pearls' talk animation just feels incredibly cut down. I think Taff was also talking when that purling got set. Um,
Early Purloin could narrow this down a lot if Magic Doers on top of it. We're only seeing highlights for statues, it appears. There goes the guest list. It's not immediately apparent. Entering next to the ambassador, not going to take a bug.
We've seen this
We are,
game before. Gabrio standing near the ambassador, ambassador leaving, but we could have definitely made the sniper watch for bug with the intended plan. It might also just be an idea of going, hey, look at me, I'm near the ambassador. Uh, like, I'm gonna make you think about me. This is fingerprints done. Actually, that's probably the real plan. Is I just wanted the fingerprint briefcase,
yeah,
but
I think forcing Amba
uh,
out.
2.5 missions.
Magic
Selector
Dwarf
target's not gonna be there.
noticed the
You're
Purloin
pearls. Don't
does.
even try.
magicdoer does hand out a highlight here onto Gabrio. So
Hey!
in good position until that neutral light.
I
So
don't
maybe
think we
this
get that
purloin
neutral
is
light if
very
we go
far
for
off.
that flirt, which I think we could have pulled off, by the way. Taft was incredibly slow, did a time, not time edit, did a watch check. You can see where my mind is anytime you go to a window. Did a watch check there, so I think we could have pulled off the flirt, but I don't think we would have gotten the neutral light.
We're not in with the
Okay,
double
Taft, come
agent
here,
yet.
come here, come
Taft.
here, babe. Yeah.
Ooh,
After
Gabrio.
magicdoer has had such terrible misfortune with the seduction targets, Rocker there seemingly taking the spot, though I think Taft was always going to the bar, is very funny.
Ooh, white flirt. We're not going to cancel it and attempt the forced green. We will need one more. And yeah, Gabrio seems to have spent all their ST luck on that balcony game and gets low lit for visiting bar after the purloin has happened. So magicdoer in a dire situation
Yeah,
for remaining alive in
Seek,
SCL.
no, we're not even doing the banana bread. We are low light baiting, not really realizing that we've already got the low light. And the problem with not going in that conversation, it gives the opportunity for the double agent to leave. The double agent might never go back into conversation. If
Fortunately, he has, and Taft is nearby, so 50 seconds to do two more
Orange,
soft tells.
sorry again.
magicdoer. The pressure mounts, and the second slowest character does take the bullet here on Modern to close out the set. Gabrio, with the draw, will secure the division promotion matchup versus Sauerkraut.
Wrestler, hit me with those stats. How many spy wins were there?
Too many.
Yeah, that's the correct amount. I'm gonna just off the top of my head, if there's 12 games, say I think we had 9.
Let me actually check. Let's just see.
Jeez.
1 second.
Just this is what happens when the stakes are high, guys. I mean, these spies, we saw some good cleverness. We saw good
That was 8 spy
sniper,
wins out of
8 spy wins. But these snipers, what could Orange Sorry possibly do that deserves a shot in this game? I think what I'm gonna actually declare it in this game might have been like the match play is with that early silent game. I think these players became a lot jumpier. Um, just the idea that okay, these players are willing to finish and they're willing to finish without a banana bread. Generally, you're gonna expect to hear banana bread before you see like these sort of civilian shots. That being said, congratulations to Gabrio with getting low lit, therefore winning this winning this match, and therefore getting to play Sauerkraut. They have a good chance if they can continue playing the spy. It's just going to be if they can pick up the sniper, because this was an interesting set.
Out of those 8 spy wins, I'll just quickly interject. 5 of those were civilian shots. So
Yeah.